haven't talked about this. What do you do if you've got a little kid and they're fussy and you're trying to change their diaper? Or you're trying to give them a bath? Or you're trying to get their clothes on? What do? You're thinking to yourself, wait a second. If I change my location, I'll be gone. Okay, that doesn't fit. Okay, if I change the kid's location, they'll be gone. That won't work. There's no object to take away. What do I do? Well, that's a little exception there. But there are some things we can do to up the odds. Of course, most parents know that if you make it fun, the odds go up that the kid will be cooperative, right? So make it exciting. Oh, that's the stinkiest diaper I've heard or seen and heard in a long time. Whoa, man. I can still remember my son, that little stinker. You know, he was on the verge of being potty trained, which we'll talk about later on, but he was on the verge, and you always knew it. He'd just sit there, and he'd be all fine, and then all of a sudden he'd get this look on his face. And then it looked like this. Great.
Kids with ADHD or autism want to be independent. Try Goalie, the visual scheduler that guides them through routines so you don't have to. Goalie, reinventing routines.
So make it fun. What's the next way to up the odds? Give lots of little choices, real quick. Quick little choices that you're okay with. Silly little choices. Oh, I saw a parent do this with a little girl. She's about 2 years old. She doesn't want her shirt on. It's a holiday dinner, and she's running around, and she's naked, and she doesn't want her shirt on. And she's a real strong-willed kid. Now, what are strong-willed kids into? Control. Yeah. And when we give them little choices, does it give them a little dose of control? Help them feel a little bit happier with the situation? Well, one of the people is trying to put the shirt on, and they can't get the shirt on, and, well, she just doesn't want to have it on. Well, here comes Dad. He comes walking over. He knows love and logic. He says to her, hey, Georgia, do you want to sit in this chair or this chair at the table? She says, that chair. Okay, great. And you got your little tea set here. She has a little tea set, little plastic one. Do you want water in this cup or this cup right here? They're only this far apart. But Georgia's eyes are lighting up. Man, she's feeling the power, right? That cup. Okay, great. Do you want me to fill it up like this far or that far? You know, well, no, this far. Put more in there. Okay, now do you want to have this cup right over here or this? And you know, do you want me to sit right over here or over here? And which arm are you going to put in your shirt first? This one or this one? What do I see? She's been had, and she doesn't even know it. So when you're given the choices, give them real quick and give them about little silly things. You know, like, I know parents who say this. About 15 minutes before they leave the park, they say to the kid, do you want to go now or in 15 minutes? I've even seen parents give kids a choice like this. Are you going to do it happy or mad? Then if the kid gets upset, well, I gave him the choice to do that, so.
For families living with ADHD or autism, preventing meltdowns is everything. Goalie reduces stress by enabling kids to complete routines independently. Goalie, reinventing routines.
Now, what happens if the choices don't work and making it silly doesn't work? What do? Take over in a loving way. There's no other thing you can do. You know, I saw a mom have about a 25-minute pleading session with a 2-year-old to get him in the car seat. You need to get in the car seat, it's dangerous, it's against the law if you don't, and pretty soon it was like, I'll give you an ice cream cone, and then I'll make it a double dip, and then he got in the car seat, right? No. That gives a kid way, way too much unhealthy power. What's the technique? You say, uh-oh, and you take charge. And that means having to put the kid in the car seat and strap him in, or put the shirt on, whatever it takes, or get him in the bathtub. They're going to throw a major fit. It's okay. Take charge in a loving way. Don't hurt the child. Don't yell at the child. And here's a little tip. Sing uh-oh when you're doing it. Uh-oh, guess I'm going to have to change your diaper, right? You change it real quick. Uh-oh, looks like I'm going to have to put your shirt on. Wham, I got the shirt on. Uh-oh, looks like I'm going to have to strap you in, strap the kid in. What does uh-oh become? It becomes a signal. And what does that signal say to the kid? I can fight this, but it's not going to work. Why do you start this when they're really young? The same reason my sister out in Meeker starts with her horses really young. See, she trains horses. And she knows that pretty soon those horses are going to be too big for her to handle unless she starts early.
Kids with ADHD or autism want to be independent. Try Goalie, the visual scheduler that guides them through routines so you don't have to. Goalie, reinventing routines.
And when those little horses are born, oh, they pop up on their feet pretty quick, don't they? And what is she doing? Well, she's got that horse now, and she's leading it all around the arena. She's moving that little horse around. Now it's laying down, and she's moving its arms around. She's rolling it over. It's all gentle stuff. But in that little horse's mind, what does it say? She's in control, but she's never, ever going to hurt me. And when those horses get real big, what do they still let her do? Move them all around the place, and they don't give her much hassle because they still believe that she's in charge in a loving way. You ever noticed a kid who walked all over his parents, but grandma he'd do anything for? And why was that? Because grandma took charge early in that kid's life, early in the life.